All right, everybody. Hello. Sorry about that. Welcome back to the Slice of Shonen Podcast. I am your host on the boat, Sailor. Sorry about that. We were waiting for some other members of the podcast to join. Doesn't look like they'll be able to make it. Maybe they'll make it later. Who knows? But for right now,
our tardiness is only a result of our courtesy towards those bums. Like that is simply what it is.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on. Yeah, we're just being good people here, man. Jeez, not too much on us. But for right now, Ensemble of Excellence is just a dynamic duo for right now. We have me. Hey, how's it going? And as you heard already, the Zenith Annie Manga. Zenith, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Guy. What a wonderful
so
guy.
Damn right. You're pretty wonderful too, man.
Whoa, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. See what happens when the others aren't here. We get to spread some positivity, We get to spread some wholesomeness.
Yeah, man.
That otherwise wouldn't be available with them around.
God, tarnishing everything, man. God damn. Just polluting
like
the water.
Elden Ring. Oh my god.
God damn, destroying our crops, man. What the fuck is up with them? Housekeeping notes. I don't have anything too crazy to mention. It's been a crazy ass week for me, so I haven't been able to work on the JJK video. Hopefully that changes soon. I've been catching up on manga though. I've caught up on I just had the list of what I caught up on. I caught up on Blue Box. I was like 5 chapters behind on that. That shit was good. I caught up on Ichi the Witch. I was like 12 chapters behind on that. That shit was really good. That shit was so good, actually. Oh my god. Yeah. What else I caught up on? Yeah, type shit. I caught up on New A's Breast and Tits. That one was also really good. It was fine, actually. This current arc is like okay, but I'm really looking forward to seeing like the end result of it. I am very excited about that. The end result should be awesome. I caught up on Otr the Flame. I read that this morning. That one's pretty solid so far as well. Some good hoops. Sakamoto Days, I wasn't behind on that one. I did read the new chapter of that one. I meant to read Kaitagami, but oh god.
I like seeing Sakamoto fight.
Yeah,
Sakamoto, they could never make me hate you.
Type shit, man.
It's a cool chapter. I like it.
Yeah. I wanted to read Kaitagami. Didn't get around to doing that, so I will probably read that after the podcast. I know there's like a new runner manga, Ekiden Bros, that came out. I'll give that one a shot, sure. And then I also really want to catch up on Hematen. That's the other one that I really want to catch up on. I'm like, no bullshit, I'm like 40 chapters behind on that. So like I gotta get to going here. But, aside from that, what else happened? I went to the club for the first time with some friends. That was fun. Exhausting as hell though. I don't know how people do it like every weekend. Like, bro, I left. I was tired. I was sweating through my shirt. I was dehydrated, and I had to drive 30 minutes home. Nah, at 2 a.m? Shit, bro. Crazy. I was cooked. But
and here's the thing. Here's the thing, dude. There are some people where when you went home, they just got an Uber to go to the club.
Yeah, bro. They literally, when I left, and they were just like, yo, we're going to another bar. Are you coming? I'm like, what? What? Bro, like dead ass. Like I just took down like part 1 of a Souls boss and then the second phase started. I was like, what? A second bar? What the fuck? Bro, I'm going home. Yeah. Bro, I'm going home. I'm tired, man. My feet hurt.
It is sleepy time.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Hey.
They were like, yo, we're going to another club. It's right across the street. You coming? No, bro. I'm going home, man. I'm tired. Help me, bro. Jesus Christ. But overall, it was a fun time. It was very fun. Danced and had all types of good stuff going on. I played Connect 4. I whooped ass in Connect 4, as a matter of fact. I didn't just play it. I fucking won,
Top
baby.
5 club activities,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was, bro, me and one of my friends, we showed up early. I was looking around because I've never, again, first time in a club. I was looking around, surveying the playing field. I looked to the corner of the bar, far back corner. I'm like, wait a minute. Bro, is that Connect 4? Like, what the fuck? It was this giant thing on the wall of just Connect 4. I was like, nah, I gotta see what's going on with that. I gotta see what they got going on over there. But yeah, man, I went to the club for the first time. I went to one of my coworkers, two of my coworkers. They had like a performance at, I guess, a club. I don't know. It was like a speakeasy joint or whatever. That shit was fire. I fucked with that a lot. I was very exhausted, man. I was very exhausted. They made me be an extrovert. I just wanted to go home and sleep, bro. I was very tired that day. Went from work to the little concert to the club. Didn't come home until like 2. Shit, bro. I was on my feet all day. I'm cooked. But here I am. Show must go on type shit. Zenith, anything interesting, anything fun, anything cool that you got going on?
I'll be honest, like this week I have just been working my ass off to make a little extra money.
Oh hell yeah.
Because next week, me and a couple other people on the Slice of Shonen podcast will be going to Anime Expo in LA. So, that'll be fun.
Woo! Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a real good time.
Oh, hell yeah. They're going to have a good time. Be safe, all that stuff. Do not bring your bitch around them. She will get soaked. You would understand that if you didn't skip our intros. Don't skip our intros. Don't ever skip our intros, man. What the fuck? But yeah, man, a whole bunch of cool stuff that's going down here, man. Whole bunch of cool stuff. Peepaw is struggling to shuffle his bones. He has not realized that he isn't as useful as he's never been. Bro, listen. All right, listen. In the club, I was good. I was dancing. I was singing. I was having fun. At my job earlier that day, that's when I felt old. Bro, I bent over to pick up it was like a crate of water. My knee just like, I don't know what the fuck happened. It just started hurting. I was like, there it is. I'm never fighting the allegations, man. Goddamn. Let me look through a few of these other comments and then we can get started here. That thumbnail, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it, man. It was a nice little quick thumbnail for me to knock out. That was the first thing I thought of when I read the new One Piece chapter, which we'll get into soon. I must say, Sailor, this is a contender for one of your best thumbnails. I'm happy you guys enjoy it. Thank you very much. Thank you. 10 minutes late is crazy. It is crazy. But listen. Wait a minute. Is Sun Tzu saying we lying? Oh no, bro. Fuck. Listen, didn't you write a book about this? Listen, man. They wrote a book. What is one of the chapters? Fucking never let your enemies know your next move. You never let them know. It's just, it's fine. It's fine. We're here now. That's all that matters. Being late for a road prayer is utterly unacceptable. Listen, man, I'm never late. I'm on time when it comes to road, man. All right, never late. It's the ensemble of tardiness being late for dramatic effect. It's like when Naruto came back in the village after it got blown up. Like, it's fine. We jumped in on the toads. It's lit. Loki's mom.
Like, if he came in earlier, he would have had to try and stop that. And
We all would have got fucked up. Like, what's your problem, man? God. Loki's mom about to pile drive her newborn is crazy. Yeah, she is about to fucking Zangief SPD Loki from heaven to hell. That shit is on some like Azura's Wrath type of timing, bro. It's crazy. The old man bum sailor is finally live. What the hell? What the hell? Time as a construct? True. Hate to start.
We made it up here at the Slice of Shonen podcast.
True. Very true. Hate to start so negative, but it's sad seeing the downfall of Sakamoto Days in real time.
I just don't think this is the chapter to say that. You know, like I think that's I don't know. I think your timing's a little off there.
Nah, man. You're gonna see when Sakamoto gets up next chapter because of tunnel effect. Stay on that side, buddy.
I will, because only the luckiest man alive and the goat himself could pull it off. So, like...
is that one meme is like inspiring versus put a shirt on, fatty? Like, oh, shit. True. Yeah, Shin, you ain't got it like that. Sakamoto does though. It's fine. Yeah, I think Sakamoto Days. I mean, like, we can get into it a little bit later because I have an idea. I have a noticing idea on what we should do with the Dandadan section going forward. So we'll talk more about it later. But I have some thoughts on Sakamoto Day. I mean, everyone has thoughts on Saka Days now, but you know, I am one of those people. Ichi the Witch is so fire, you should add it to the lineup. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. You know, we'll get there when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Sailor truly is the potential man of this podcast, just like that femboy Megumi. What the hell? What in the fuck?
I was waiting for you to get to that one because that one's crazy.
That is insane. God damn, bro. What the hell? Why are you going after me so bad? What the hell?
I will always approve of Megumi strays, though. So, like, you know, it's cool.
I mean, fair, but damn, bro.
Sometimes you gotta take one for the team, man. Like,
damn, man. Why you have to shoot me like that? But yeah, we'll talk about Ichi the Witch later on in this podcast as well. We'll talk about that later as well. Summer anime season is gonna be so crazy. You wanna know what's really crazy? Last week I was like, I'll look into what's airing. My ass did not do that, bro. I went to sleep. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. I'll definitely have to look into it.
No, it is pretty crazy. Like, it's a stack season.
Yeah, I got some more shit going on today. But before I leave, I will look in to see what's going on. Kaidegami looking like it's got the sauce. It looks really cool.
It does. I do want to check it out sometime.
Going to another club at 3 a.m. like I'm trying to sleep. That's what I'm saying, man. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
I will never understand extroverts, man. Real shit, man. Real shit. I can, you know, I think I'm an introvert who can cosplay as an extrovert. I think I'm pretty good at that, you know? Or I think I am an extrovert, but I have like a time limit. I have like a fucking, it's like Gear 5, you know? Like I can be an extrovert for like a couple hours. And then it gets to a point where I'm like, all right, I just want to be an iPad kid. Can I please go home? I don't, I'm good. This is too much shit going on for me right now. Let me see. Why would you remind us of that? I don't know what I reminded you of, but it was necessary, you know, whatever it was necessary. I love Kagurabachi. True. Chihiro Rokuhira. I will never forget you. True. That Kagurabachi chapter damn near made me levitate. True. The Art of War. Yeah, man. He wrote a book. Yeah. Type shit. Crazy how every time Shin's out of the story, Saka Days suddenly gets better. Last time I liked a chapter this much was when Osaragi and Shishiba. Maybe. I'm starting to notice things. Uh-oh. Manu. The Noticer? Question mark? The Noticer, Manu? Yeah, and we'll get into it. We'll get into it. When are you guys going to teach us more strange religious sexual escapades? Whenever Sky shows back up, I'm sure he has something. If he joins later today, we'll ask him. Don't worry. It's just me 0. I'm your biggest hater. Haven't caught a stream in a while. Need to establish dominance. That's fucked up, bro. You were in last stream. What the hell? Why are you lying to me right now? Why are you lying to me? Last time I ever cared about anime, it was when I was watching the last season of Mob Psycho. Type shit.
That did go hard, but when did that come out? Like
years ago. Yeah.
Bro, you might just not like anime. I'm gonna be real.
It might just not be for you anymore, which is understandable.
Yeah, it happens.
Did y'all see the Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man trailers? I saw the actually, did I even see the Chainsaw Man one? No, I saw the poster for it. I didn't see the trailers.
I don't think Chainsaw Man has gotten a new trailer recently. Like, I mean, it got that one like 6 months ago.
True.
Yeah, it did go hard. I mean, I haven't seen anything about a new trailer if there is one.
I did not see the Demon Slayer one though. So I'm
the Demon Slayer one did look pretty cool. It looked good.
I imagine so. I mean, Infinity Castle should be hype.
It's a Demon Slayer movie. It's gonna look good, you know.
They'll make sure of that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hope you all stay blessed. Thank you. You as well, Hardy. An extrovert with a time limit is an introvert. Type shit. Kagurabachi, I'm about to rip all the shirts in my wardrobe. Real shit.
Honestly, the realest thing in these comments here. Like,
don't tell me that Sailor is going to be doing the pod alone next week. No, what the hell? No, it's fine. Let me see. That's why Sky is my soaking king. Oh, true.
I'll be sure to tell him that.
Yeah, we'll tell him that. Did you watch Deku? How do you pronounce that? Deku Pod's AOT video, Sailor? Pretty damn good. Would recommend. I'm gonna be honest. I have not watched an AOT video since mine. I'll be real, but I'll check it out.
It's called Mental Health. Focus on yourself, King.
Yeah. I'll check it out. Let me copy paste that name. I'll check it out at some point.
I've never heard of them. Yeah, maybe they do good stuff though.
Yeah. Shouts out.
I am not locked in on like the AniTube scene right now.
I'm never really locked in, to be honest. I just kind of make the videos I like. Honestly, I think that's better though.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's better. There are AniTubers that I watch. Like I watch Morge, I watch Gambler, I watch Broken Ronin. Like I watch people. There's some other people that I watch too. Who is it? Fucking Thunder God. I watch Virtue. Like I watch Channel 6. I watch people. Just not really like I guess not in my realm, I guess, of like analyzing and talking about things or like discussing them as in depth. I mainly just watch like power scaling videos and shit. But anyway, yeah. Let me see. Last season of Mod was fall 2022. Sheesh. God, time flies. Friend got together to watch Dandadan, and I popped on Always Sunny on my phone just so I would be annoying to them. Damn, evil. Or wouldn't be annoying to them. I was about to say, damn, evil as hell. Haven't watched anime since 2023. Just love reading manga. Manga is faster. I understand it. I'm kind of in the same way.
And, you know, genuinely, I have come to, like, the conclusion that, like, just comics of any type kind of just fucking rock.
True.
Like, it is. I think comics in general are just the highest form of art that an individual can achieve. Not to say like, you know, things like books or just really any like individual art is inferior in any way, because it's not. But like the fact that a person can have the artistic and writing skill to just make a thing on their own is fucking insane to me. Like,
it's really impressive, yeah.
Like, it's just so impressive.
It's that real shit, man. It's that real shit.
It blows my... When you see a comic that is just a straight-up masterpiece, that is, like, a person's vision coming to life in such a full artistic merit of, like, multiple different art forms. I don't know, man. I admire it. Like, if you can write, draw, and panel, that is like 3 things that some people dedicate their lives to one.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
That shit is so crazy, man. Sailor Clout is a poor man Zenith Annie manga, the true goat of the universe. How are you gonna recommend a video to me and then say I'm a fraud? I'm not watching that video now.
I'm not even like doing anything, so that just goes to show how good I am, you know?
What the fuck? What the hell? Everyone mass unsubscribe to Zenith right now. It's over.
It's so over.
It's done. Everyone leave an Exodus. Let me see. Nothing beats a goated double page spread. True. Let me see. The one thing that I noticed is that turning the next page feeling is addictive. I get what books do. I get that with books too. Video media has its strengths, obviously, but it don't got that. True. That's true. Hello, Sleeping Danger. Zenith really is the only reason I come here? Oh my god, the Zenith Glazers are out and about. Holy shit. Holy man. What the hell? What the hell?
You
got anything to say to your fans, Zenith?
Y'all are cool.
Damn. What the fuck? What the fuck? Damn. Nothing else in response. This man said the only reason I sit through this podcast is for you, Zenith, my shining star. And you said, you all right?
I didn't say I said y'all are cool because y'all are cool. Y'all are awesome. Keep coming around. Now, I do think it is pretty fun about this podcast is like everyone here has their fans. Like, obviously everyone who is here is like by default a fan of, you know, you, Sailor, because like it's your channel. But like there are people here like who just have their guy. And I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I will die happy as long as Sailor goes unglazed. What the fuck? It's not that we are your fan, Zenith. We as a collective just hate Sailor. What the fuck?
It's a little less cool for that, I won't lie.
What the heck?
Gotta say, Sky Guy instant aura loss there. I'm sorry, that's tough.
Aura deduction, crazy. Is it a 2-man pod? For right now, yeah. Maybe some other people will join.
I mean, if other people join on, cool. Like, but like,
yeah,
you know, it doesn't look like it's happening.
I used to like Taka before he put up his best Shanks impression. That's crazy.
Does he mean not showing up?
He means not showing up. Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
That is one of the most memed on characters in the series. That could mean so many fucking things.
Used to be my favorite until he became a rat. Like, oh shit.
Right? Like.
But with all that being said, that's a transition, right? Into One New Piece. Chapter 1153, Zenith. How you feeling about it?
Damn, she really, you know, she really just spiked her kid off a cliff, huh?
Yeah. She
that's
Steph
crazy.
Curried him right off the ledge, bro. It was over. Yeah, so I heard a few things just like being on YouTube. I've been watching more One Piece videos, so I was like, oh, okay, you know, I think I have like a rough idea of what to expect, but even seeing it in like real time could not prepare me for like hearing about it couldn't prepare me for like seeing it, basically. Especially like her falling out of her seat and being like, that baby is not mine, little bro. And the one panel of the baby held out its hands and no one's was there to like meet them or hold his. That shit broke my heart, man. Oh my
Genuinely
God. That shit hurt so bad. And seeing her just be like, all right, tell him it was a stillbirth. Tell him like it's like it just didn't happen. A baby was not born today. So fucking sad, because the amount of people like it just made me think about like the amount of people who can't have kids and they want to so bad, so fucking bad. The amount of people who have actually lost their child in childbirth and just how that fucks them up. And just for her to like have a baby and be like, nah, y'all can keep it, just chuck it off the edge. Oh my God, dude. Jesus Christ. I knew as soon as she came in and she was like, hey, Harald, I'm big into the fucking, I don't know what, it's basically like astrology. I was like, well, it's over. It's done. You're cooked. It's GG's. But I didn't know it would be this bad. My God. But I do think it's very representative of what this chapter was trying to get across, or at least one of the things that this chapter was trying to get across, which is how horrible the traditions and practices of Elbaf are. Obviously it is important. I think even Harald in this chapter mentions that like, hey man, we don't have to like completely get away from fighting. We don't have to completely get rid of our teeth here, but it is important to learn. It's important to learn more about people and their cultures and understand them, and we can, you know, intermingle with one another, and that can make things better for everybody. And having somebody like Ida, which, sidetrack, oh my God, one of the funniest panels I've seen was after she slaps him, and it's the zoom in on Harald's face. He looks like he's seen a ghost, and you can just tell. You can tell that was the first time anybody has ever laid hands on him like that. Like, he wasn't even mad. He wasn't like, what the hell is your problem? He was genuinely like, you just hit me. Yeah, he was like, what? You hit me. What? Why? Like, it's genuinely confused. Whoa.
He did see a ghost. The ghost of the patriarchy.
So, Sky, as our soaking king, do you have any like religious, sexual things that you can tell us about on this week's podcast?
Funny enough, I do.
I
actually do. Because, you know, some of you may notice I'm late. And, you know, yeah, I'm sure some people wondering, you know, there better be a good explanation for this. And there is, you see. I was walking around in hell.
Oh.
As I do. That's part of my daily commute to get to hear, you know, the podcast. And this fuck-ass baby fell out of nowhere.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh my gosh, tiny child. Then I got closer, realized it was actually a very big child. A very big child. Are you all right? What happened? What did you do? Did you not get baptized? And he starts going, mama, mama. And I'm like, never mind, he's got issues. And then he crawled up out of hell. And
it's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I was late. Because, like, what the fuck?
I think what's crazy in this chapter is that she says, hey, don't tell the king about this. By the way, I'm leaving. I'm snitching. The hell? I'm telling immediately. There is nothing stopping me from doing that.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. She said, I do not vibe with this baby. Throw him into hell.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm talking, like, I am saying what happened.
Yeah, no. She was like, I'm not having a kid again. I'm going back home. I'm being like, Your Honor, she went right back to the crib. Go get her now. Get her right now, bro. Hell no. But, yeah, I think it really displays the contrast where you have somebody like Ida, or I've heard people say Ida. I'm just gonna say Ida. I only know Ida from MHA, so I'm gonna keep saying Ida. So having her come in and again just slap the fuck out of Harald. And he's like, oh my god, what is going on here? Really slapping some sense into him and having him grow and learn to open up and understand others more, and having these two fall in love and be so happy together, like true love. That is so important. That is such a special thing, and it gives birth to this beautiful fraud, but beautiful baby in this instance in Harden, right? And, everything is all good, yay, baby's born, I get to hold his hand and all that good stuff. But then the Elbaf elites, they're just like, wait a minute. Hold on, brother. That's not what we trying to see. We know who that is. That's a fraud. We need you to raise a real deal savage. So they hook him up on Tinder. They hook him up with Estrid. And Estrid, comes in. She's looking beautiful, but she really represents all of the horrible traditions that Elbaf has going on, and why it is so important they need to change, why it is so important that this man built the schools and all this other extra stuff to make things more free. This is something that he was lamenting for a while. He was like, man, why can't we just be free? What the hell, man? So having Estrid come in and, again, looking gorgeous, golly, but representing all of the things that are wrong with Elbaf currently, and then ultimately giving birth to Loki. And again, Harden comes out cute as hell. Baby made a true love. This baby made out of all of the terrible fucked up circumstances in Elbaf. This baby is ugly as hell, man. Good God. Listen, man. This is why I wish Taco was here, because, Taco, #1 fishman racist when it comes to One Piece. I was going to ask him, like, hey, would you drop the baby? Like, what are you doing here? I feel like this is very important to get his answer, because I feel like he would say, yeah, I'd drop it. Maybe not into hell, but, I'd drop it. Spawn a Satan looking back at you. Chat, you taking care of it? You got to let me know, man. You see me, a real one. That's my kid right there. So I'm gonna raise him. But I know some of y'all out there. I know some of y'all.
Look, I'm a Fire Emblem player. And so when it comes to kids, if they don't have good growths, we drop them. All right, that is a load save state. Go back, marry someone else. It's not if my ugly ass baby, my baby can be as ugly as he wants, as long as he can get Gale Force. That's all I care about. If not, fuck him.
Niggas moving like Endeavor, bro. Oh my god.
God, hey, you'll notice Endeavor's kids strong. At least half of them.
Hey, man, it's because they got Gale Force. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know they had it like
Obviously, that. I'd be a good dad to the ones that deserve. Maybe I am on Endeavor type shit.
I'd be a good father for the kids.
He wasn't a good dad to Todoroki, to Shoto. That was his masterpiece, and he didn't lock in on the father-son picnic. So I think I just have to do better than that.
Yeah. Did you see the volume corrections for One Piece? Apparently Gunko and Shamrock are saints, and Gunko is from a celestial family. I think that kills a lot of Gunko theories. I did not see that. That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all.
That's cool.
How's that a volume correction? That feels like critical.
Well, welcome to One Piece, buddy.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that, but yeah, that's One Piece, baby. Now I can see why Silver is in hell. Bro, Silver has the time of his life up here. You don't gotta speak for him. I know him. Trust me, I'll speak for him. Okay? He has the time of his life up here. But, fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Estrid just being terrible. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this was really, the worst way this whole thing could have culminated in. And Loki, baby Loki, this kid, what the hell, man? gets thrown from heaven into hell, survives the fall, kills a bear, and is now climbing back up to get back up to wherever, whoever, anywhere is better than here. Bro. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Harden again. Fraud. This is your man's. He's your brother. He's like, no, he's not. I don't know him. Fraud, bro. Oh my God. Come on, dude. You know what? I'm going to say it. Chapter 1 already. Loki is just Odin, but if that nigga was cool, bro. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it, man. I'm going to say it. This is everything that Odin wanted to be. He's here, man. He's here.
I don't think Odin ever wanted to be an evil ass baby.
How do you know that?
You're right. I'm sorry.
Just hasn't really brought it up, you know? So I'd imagine.
Those were the final words that the Scabbards didn't want to mention. All I ever really wanted was be evil ass baby. Dunk. Should we tell people about that part? Nah, it kind of ruins the vibe.
Yeah. That's why he was dancing around on the street, bro. Yeah, man. Come on. I got the real comparisons, you know? I got the real shit to talk about here.
You can tell that he read the series.
Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. But yeah, genuinely, like, it's such a heartwarming chapter and such a heartbreaking chapter at the same time. It's like, holy shit, man. Truly a phenomenal chapter of One Piece. This is one of my favorites in a while.
Yeah, I know. I love this chapter. And that's coming from me. And I hate One Piece. But no, yeah, this was a really good chapter. Just crawling out of hell. What's his fucking problem?
God, man. Just crawling out. Oh, shit. Yeah,
freaky
man.
Ass, evil ass.
Freaky ass baby. No, hell no, man. Yeah, I mean, another thing that we can comment on is just all of the different places that Harald went to. Harald went to a lot of places. Like, it looks like he went over to Wano at some point. I thought he went to, because when him and him and Ida are like on the floor on page 8, I was like, yo, are those people from Skypiea? Because they got the weapons, and I'm looking at the tattoo, and I'm like, I don't think that's the case. But they traveled all around. They did their whole thing. I'm really surprised they went to Wano, though. Like, that's the one that I want to focus on. I'm wondering why they went there in particular. Maybe because I don't know, actually.
They heard that the samurai were the strongest in the world, and they went there. And Harold's like, all right.
It's like the I thought you were stronger thing. Like that.
Small world, I guess.
He went over there. He saw Mihawk was over there, not doing anything, running for his life, scared of all the samurai. And then he said, that's all I needed to see.
So I don't know how many people got this, or how many of our friends got this, but at least for me, Taco sent me a TikTok slideshow that was all just like, what is his name? Vista.
Yeah.
Like how he's stronger than Mihawk, and that shit was so goddamn funny.
Bro, yeah, Vista battled Mihawk to a standstill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like him photoshopped over his entrance in East Blue. It's him fighting Shanks, and Shanks is just like, oh man, I can handle Mihawk, but Vista.
Yeah, man, bro. Mihawk was the one who was just like, let's save this duel for later. Bro was begging. He was like, bro, please let me walk away. He's lucky.
I'm gonna need some off-screen hockey to deal with you.
You're using too much hockey, Vista. Please. I'm just a swordsman. Please.
I'm not a hockey man.
I'm not a hockey man. What? You're using too much hockey. Yeah, no. Yeah, he's crazy. Fuck, there was something else that I wanted to mention. Damn it. God, there's something else that I wanted to mention. Elbaf, giants being cool in navigation is a nice little detail. I'm wondering if that's gonna mean anything for Nami in this arc, because Nami already seems pretty decked out, but we'll definitely see. Fuck, there was something else that I wanted to bring up, but I cannot remember for the life of me. Sheesh. Damn. Yeah, I do not remember. Do y'all think we'll see Rox Diza Beck finally during this flashback? I don't think during this one. Maybe there's a good chance.
But, you know,
there's a good chance.
Because we'll, you know, we do have to get things from Loki's perspective, so it's possible.
Yeah.
That man is going to be a silhouette, though, that does not match his later design.
You're a hater. You're an well-informed hater, but you're a hater all the same.
No.
All I heard was well-informed.
It's gonna be fine. Everything is gonna match up well. It's gonna be great.
All right, well, you're a poorly informed optimist.
What in the fuck?
But an optimist.
Yeah, but an optimist.
Damn.
Hey, if you had selective hearing too, you would hear that as a compliment as well.
I'm selecting my hearing. Fuck. I'm looking through this chapter again. I'm just like, damn it, man. Like I had something. I had a good transition, and I just don't remember it.
There.
But yeah, really, really fun chapter of One Piece. Loki and his eyes. Very similar to Madame Shirley from Fishman Island. God, I almost forgot. So I am not sure, because like obviously Shirley or Charlie, I forget which one. Crazy. Yeah. Oh, very fair. Crazy observation hockey, like ridiculous observation hockey. So I'm wondering if this is also like is like this set of eyes the same thing? Like, is Loki also just randomly blessed with crazy observation now? Because they were saying like, oh, there's a prophecy that he's gonna be murdered. Harald is gonna be murdered by his own child, and unless the stars were aligning like crazy, unless the astrology BS was actually paying off from Estrid, I don't see who else can make that prediction unless it was Charlie. But even then, like I don't know if the ages match up for her to even like be alive to make that prediction. Like I don't know. Right, true. Correct.
I mean, I'm trying to look, man. You brought up some character I've never fucking heard of before in my entire life. I don't know what to say. I got no fucking clue who that is.
What are we talking about? I went to get some water. What's going on?
Bro, we're talking about Miss Sharkley or whatever the fuck. I don't
What
know.
the hell? Okay, so I was saying that Loki has he has very similar eyes to Madame Charlie, the fortune teller.
Yeah, that's the fortune teller in Fishman Island, right?
Exactly. Yes.
He was looking it up. That's what he was doing while he was muted. He was fucking looking it up. I don't believe you. Bullshit.
Brother, my hand is full of a full cup of water right now.
And how convenient that we can't tell. Pour that on the mic. Prove it.
What the? No, don't do that. Don't do that.
That was the most fake ass sound I've ever heard in my entire life.
It sounds like you've never
fraudulent,
been refreshed before.
Fraudulent.
I'll be honest, I didn't even
we got a voice actor in the chat. Ooh, look at this.
No shit. Alex Lee? Is that you?
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah, no, I remember Charlie. She had a whole thing that she was worried that like Luffy was gonna fuck everything up.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, since they have similar eyes, if Loki also has crazy observation hockey as well now too. Because like I'm not sure, because they were saying like Harald, there's the big prophecy, he's gonna be murdered by his own son. So I don't know, like, did they speak with Charlie? Is Estrid, is she actually on her P's and Q's and her like earth and wind aligned and she was able to predict that? Like I'm wondering where they got this from, because I want to know the significance of Loki and his eyes already, because they're so interesting, man. They're so interesting. Also, shouts out, I remembered, Loki falling in love with Lola makes so much more sense now and is so much more sad, because I remember when we found out that, like, yeah, Big Mom was gonna set up a marriage between Lola and Loki. Loki was infatuated with her, but she ended up running away. I was expecting Loki to I don't know. I mean, I guess he is like seen as a bad guy, but I wasn't expecting it to be this fucking sad, basically. I wasn't expecting it to be yet another person abandoning him. And already the significance of Luffy asking him, like, hey man, join up with me, is so important. And I can understand now. That man had no influence, no nothing to look towards. It makes sense why he would be inspired by rocks. Especially in this chapter, you had Ida saying that, hey, anything, like, destroying anything in this world is a waste. And obviously Loki is like, I'm gonna blow up the planet. That shit's gonna be lit. So I'm really interested to see what exactly helps Loki develop, because this proved to me that he's not a bad guy. He's just a very, like, misguided dude. So even if it is just him and Harden, like Harden having more faith in his brother and actually being there for him and teaching him more about like more lessons from his mother, man, that shit would actually be so good, man. That shit would be so good, dude. I'm so looking forward to that. They got me looking forward to a fraudin', bro. That's how you know this chapter was good.
Yeah.
I just had to let him know. You know what I'm saying? I just had to, let him know how I felt.
You did. There was no choice.
You did let him know.
Type shit.
They left you with no other option.
I had to initiate it. Fucking... I was gonna say protocol, but
this goddamn thumbnail, dude. This fucking thumbnail. This fucking thumbnail, man.
What's the problem, bro? What's the problem?
There's no problem. I was scrolling back out to double check what the what like the order. I forgot if there's a Chainsaw Man chapter this week, and then it just occurs to me to just give me the fucking look.
Bro,
that was a look on his face right before Jin was conceived.
Yeah. He's just taking a little gander, man. He's just taking a little gander. Yeah, I guess one last funny thing that I saw in this chapter was just Estrid being like, that mirror, it's in the 5-star kill position. Like, oh my god, dude. All right, fucking chill out. 5-star kill position is crazy.
I gotta start adapting that to my vocabulary. I gotta start.
You are in range for the 5-star kill position.
Yeah.
I gotta be like ready to go to people's homes and just instantly, in detail, describe why their setup is a vibe killer. Because that is an elite skill right there. I could not make that shit up. Like,
oh my god!
I think you could actually.
yeah, you could. Your toilet is in the 4th house of tax fraud. We got to do something about that.
Your toilet is 2 centimeters away from the wall. The reverberations from the massive dookies you take bounce off. The energy is all off here, man. It stinks. It's like, True, man.
The negative feng shui of your pee stream. It's impacting the flow of the entire household. That's it. We got to do it in cans now.
Yeah. You have to go outside and piss in nature. Be free.
Doing it off the balcony.
Yeah. Constricting yourself to such a small space, it's leaving you stressed. Your brain doesn't know how to properly manage this. All of these other things that are compounding into your life are all coalescing into this one piss beam. If you miss, you have more of a mess to clean up. And that's just your life in general, isn't it? You have to fix your chakras now. It's like,
So glad you moved in, babe.
Sir, this is a Wendy's drive-through.
Sir, this is the display unit at IKEA. Please stop pissing. It's not real.
God, please. There's no plumbing. Jesus. Yeah, that's that shit, man. That's that shit. Good chapter of One Piece, man. Really good chapter. Is there anything else you guys want to say on it before we move on to our next one?
No, I think that we got it.
I think we covered quite a bit here.
Understandable. Now, moving on to our next chapter of the week. We have Kagurabachi Chapter 84. Fellas, how are we feeling about this one?
What I'm feeling is that this chapter, chapter 84, is in the 84th position for dope ass chapter. And currently, I think that if my readings are correct, Kagurabachi as a series is actually in alignment with the distant planet known as Not a Single Bad One Foe.
I am inclined to concur, my friend.
If it was an or, it would be peak fictionium. I just know it, man.
Yeah, I guess it would.
I haven't heard that one before. All right.
That's that shit they were trying to farm in Avatar. Unfortunately, they didn't use any on the movie. But that's not there.
Damn, look, no.
Yeah, no,
Really
this chapter
good
rock.
chapter. Really good
Yeah.
fucking chapter, man. Oh my god, dude. Samura is such a loser, you bitch. Oh my
I know.
god.
Every chapter, I'm like, God, man, he sure is cool for a bum.
God, man. Because I was saying to Zenith before we started, it's not a lot of people, but there have been some people in like the comments being like, no, I don't think Samura is a loser. Look at example A through Z, motherfucker. This dude sucks, but he's so cool, but he sucks. God, dude. Samura literally being like, him thinking like, hold on, wait a minute. Rokuhira did make N10. This would make sense if that's what he wanted to do. But like, hypothetically, like, even if you could do it though, like, I'm not even feeling anything. And besides, and then Chihiro's just like, I'm my dad's son. I'm just gonna handle this. He's like, oh, okay. But like, I want to do it though. It's like, oh my god, bro. Come on. Lock in the fucking
You don't understand,
nerve.
Chihiro. I have to kill myself. Like, it's the master plan. I just have to die. Like,
I need to kill myself. Please let me go. Yeah, man. Like, even the audacity for when the Masumi show up and they're just like, if you open your eyes, you can no-dip us, right? And he was just like, man, I'm not going to do it. And, Chihiro, he's saying that I should be with my daughter. I already know what path that's going to lead down. As if you control the fucking autonomy of your daughter. As if you know what is best for this person. You stupid bitch. How dare you? Oh my god, man. Such a loser. Oh my god. My lord. Has no faith in anybody else. No faith in anybody. fuck, man?
It would be really funny because nobody else knows that that's what he's thinking. If he just said like, "You don't understand, Chihiro. If I raised my daughter, she'd kill herself." It's like, what?
You don't get it, man. If I was in her life, she'd kill herself. Whoa.
Yeah, man, you want to help me get from point A to point B on that one?
Yeah.
She'd kill herself then.
It's like, damn, bro. Lock in? Like, I don't know what else to tell you. That's kind of crazy.
You want to raise your kid, maybe?
Yeah, right. You want to like be there for your child? I don't know. But yeah, we learned. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we learned in this chapter that Akka copied Crow. That was cool.
Yes.
I wanted to bring this up because this is like a whole thing. Yeah, like it was kind of unclear last chapter, and I think the reason it was unclear is kind of genius because a lot of people were expecting him to have Suzaku copy, and he kind of used that to like make it unclear last chapter if he used it on Crow, just to sort of fake it in this chapter. Like, God. That's actually so smart. Because when that happened, I had this moment where I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. He can't have more than one copied. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then he's like, nah, he was just faking him like that. And, it's just such a good way to, like, use Akka to like not only troll Samura but also the readers.
God, man, that shit is so fucking raw. Oh my god.
What exactly is stopping me from just saying the technique name? You know?
Right, literally.
It's that one comic of the boxing match, and the dude starts going Kameha, and the guy surrenders, and he's like, he probably couldn't, but I'm not gonna fuck around and find out if he can.
Bro, it's genuinely like when you're playing a fighting game with your friend, and you're just like, I'm gonna jump, and now it's just like, is he gonna jump? Is he telling the truth? It's like the audible mix-up, bro. It's just like, oh my god, dude.
Mix up part two.
Mix up.
Return of the mix.
It's also a good way of Chihiro using like his only real advantage, which is that he knows what Samura's sword can do, but Samura doesn't know what Enten can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man. Oh my god. Dude, and you want to talk about an author in the form of like I guess an author like understanding his audience, because the whole thing with him copying Crow, and it's like, did he copy Crow or is that just like a part of Enten? Because now that was a whole debate in the community. So now we're immediately in Samura's shoes, and he's like, wait, what was that? And he's like just trying to process this in real time. Oh my god. Oh my god, that shit was so raw, dude. That shit was so raw. I loved that.
Yeah.
And god, yeah, it is, almost a dead horse to beat at this point. But god, the paneling, it's just so fucking good. Like when they're, oh my god, when they both teleport away and it's the feather and the goldfish like circling each other.
That shit was so raw, man. That shit was so
incredible.
Raw. Yeah, that shit was raw, dude. Let me see. Let me look through chat here. He copied Crow last chapter and Suzaku this chapter. It was on page. Yeah, so basically, it was he didn't have it copied before, and then it was Samura being like, oh, he's like copying my shit. I'm not gonna give him time. And then Samura used Suzaku to get everyone off of him. That's when Chihiro copied it, and that's when he did his thing. That was the audible mix-up. Sorry, it should have been more.
Yeah, my whole thing
specified.
is I'm saying like he faked
the first Suzaku.
Yeah.
Yes.
To copy it as soon as Samura used it against the Masumi. then he copied it for the split second in order to heal his hand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Dotto might be the funniest human on the planet. I agree.
They're absolutely my favorite.
Yeah.
Look, here's
so
the thing.
many
I know I'm
quotes.
in a chat with two of my closest friends that are YouTubers. Dada Doya is my favorite YouTuber.
Fair.
With all due
Very
respect.
fair.
Close second and third. But I
He's
just
the
gotta be
goat.
honest.
He's the goat. Yeah. Dude, the amount of times recently I'd be like, so you're the goat. so you're just the best. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nomad, yeah, I agree. Though, like, with the White Purity style, they're fucking 3 inches from each other. And shit is so they're practically breathing down each other's necks. Like, you gonna teleport again? Huh?
Yes,
You gonna do it?
bro! Yes, he's like, you gonna do it? I'll be right there. You gonna do it? You gonna do it? Oh my god, dude, that shit was so raw. This shit is
Because,
so
and I think that is a great line, because for Samura, him teleporting around is his way of obviously getting around Chihiro's defenses, and it's his way of avoiding clashing with Enten. Because the more he clashes with Enten, the more likely it is that Enten is going to
break it.
is going to break Tobi Mune. Yeah. And that is so, and that's, he doesn't want that because obviously he loses, but also it proves him wrong. And that is so indicative of Samura, where he's just trying to avoid the issue. And the fact that he says, like, enough time for you to submit is him putting it on the line. And naturally, you know, that means that that's what leads to it breaking at the end. Because if he actually put his philosophy, his beliefs, everything on the line, it was always going to fail because he's wrong.
And you notice how when he cuts Chihiro, he cuts his hand. He takes away his agency again. He's like, no, you can't even pick up the sword again. I'm just going to do it. It's not like Chihiro is keeping up. He's able to stand in his way. And he's like, I don't like this. I don't want this anymore. I'm just ending it. And he tries to take away his ability to even hold a sword anymore. And
he tried to turn off items on Smash Bros.
Yeah, genuinely. And it's so fucking indicative of just who Samura is, man. Oh my god. This guy sucks, but he's so cool. Oh my god. Dude, I'm looking back at this spread. Fucking when the Masumi show up, bro. Holy dude. This shit is so fire. Oh my god. This shit is so cool. Let me look through these. The point blank White Purity and Chihiro drawing with a broken hand. That's called real motherfucking aura, baby. Y'all know nothing about that. That's real determination. Yeah. Let me see. Did he use those 3 seconds to partially heal his hand? I thought he just took the time to get his hand.
No,
he didn't heal.
He did not heal. He did not heal his hand.
You even see the moment where he realizes, like, oh, I'm about to fuck with him. Where he, like, you see his eye where he's like, oh, this is such a good idea.
he literally, his eyes widen. He looks over at the peanut gallery and goes, chat, get ready to clip this. Chat, get ready to clip this. I'm about to make a play. Nah, man, that shit is crazy. Oh god, what a pump fake, bro. Like, oh my god, that shit is so fire, bro. Oh my god. Again, just the fact that immediately you put in Samura's shoes and you're just like, what is happening? What's going on? And then he immediately hears in and he's like, okay, he's copying my moves? Bet. Oh, y'all are giving him time to copy it? Bet. And then, nope, outplayed last second, man. Oh my god. And then at the end where he's like, we don't care how much we get slashed up with him and Iori. Ah! Oh my god! God, bro, fucking si magnifique, perfect line to close out that fight, bro. Oh my God, because that's all Iori wanted, was to be with her dad. No matter how hard it got, she got to come home and be with her dad, and she felt like it would be worth it. It didn't matter how many bumps and bruises she took along the way, because she had her dad, and then that stupid bitch abandoned her, man. Oh my God.
See, look, Sailor's learning from Chihiro. He also pulled a pump fake on that. I thought he was gonna say bum.
Yeah, man. That's a
He would have
that real shit.
Yeah, it's a really, really good job. And I think that I'm interested what happens next immediately, besides obviously, cutting away from this fight, which would have me sad. I wonder if Samura is going to be able to justify to himself that he can keep going, because
I think he's gonna try.
I know, right? Well, I think he's going to try, but in a emotional, verbal way. I don't think he's going to keep fighting, and this is going to be the chance for Iori to interject and for them to convince him together, because I do think that this is the end of the fight. Because admittedly, Chihiro probably isn't going to be fighting after this.
His hand is fucked.
Exhausted. His hand is done. He had one good strike left in him.
I was about to say, plus if he just used up Suzaku, bro, ain't nobody healing that hand, gangy. Wrap it up. Iori, Iori, she's got her sword, so she can jump in. Tobimune now a significantly shorter blade, and it's just its powers, I imagine, don't reside in the hilt. It'll reside in the actual blade, like Cloud Gouger. So I'm imagining Samura is essentially powerless. It's going to be enough for Iori to jump in and stop him.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Honestly, I think it's in both, because it's just the power's in the Datenseki, which is in the metal. So
well, yeah, I was just going off of what happened with Cloud Gouger, because the blade is still around.
True. And we gotta watch out for that, we don't know what's gonna happen with that. Eyes open.
That shit could be peak.
Well, all of us will have our eyes open, but a certain someone.
Yeah.
Bastard. Absolute bastard.
Oh my God, wait, a vision from the future. It just struck me. I think that in whatever fight Samura's going to die in, it might even be they get jumped right here by the remaining members of the Hishaku.
Oh.
I think it's going to be a situation where Iori is there, and I think that as he's dying for sure, he's going to use the last of his strength to use Suzaku to heal his eyes to look at her one last time.
Aww. Fuck.
That's my vision of the future.
Aww, that would be so fucking sad. Oh. God damn it. It could totally happen too. Fuck. God damn.
On a lighter note, there is a part in this chapter on page 2 where, they're having their little conversation, and then Samura says, "I see." This is where he's lying.
He did the meme.
Your Honor.
Yes, I see.
I really like Sleeping Dead. You're saying, can we get a tactical char inbound? Chihiro needs it. I really like that. One, I like that joke, and also I totally forgot about char. Yeah.
She is chilling back home.
Bro, get your ass out of kindergarten.
The war needs you.
The war needs you. We have soldiers down.
The mines yearn for you, child.
Quick, the child forsaker's too strong. Somebody grab a child.
Throw her in the 13 orphans and get her over here, stat.
Yeah, we need coughing babies, stat.
We need coughing baby and an actual
The
coughing baby.
hydrogen bomb's got hands.
Hey,
Get the
shit.
coughing baby squad in here.
I'm kind of getting cooked. Holy. Let me look at some more of these shits here. Let me see. I wonder what excuse Samura is going to come up with to downplay Chihiro cracking the Tobi Mune. And then the next comment was, I actually wanted you to chip the sword.
I was just lowering your guard so I could beat you again.
I just felt bad for you. I just wanted to show off I can use Suzaku still.
Bro, come on, dude. I drew that. That's not real. Look, it'll buff out.
Yeah.
There's always the
little bit of elbow
reliable-
grease.
There's always the ever reliable. No,
Nuh-uh, yeah. Nuh-uh, idiot.
comes in clutch, I tell ya.
Hell yeah, man.
Look, there's a crack in the blade. Don't you see? Actually, I don't.
I don't actually know.
Well, then wrap a feather around it. Jackass.
My sword is actually invincible from all scratches and peels and chips, so like your sword doesn't like even really matter against mine. Just straight playground rules, bro. This nigga's a child. God damn it, Samurai, you're going to live and be a father to your daughter. Hell yeah, man. That's why Chihiro's the GOAT. The way I read it, that Chihiro didn't heal, but he used it as a fake out. True and correct and real.
Yeah, that is what we saying.
True. We got to talk about the people that are sad about Chihiro still being proud of his father and choosing to right his wrongs. Talk about not actually reading the story. Real N10 death crowd. Type shit. Yeah, I do think it. I didn't know that was like a thing, but that is kind of sad to hear because I think it's cool. I think Chihiro going through and it's just it's the duality of Rokuhira in one being basically, just Chihiro and Enten. It's cool. I'm Kunishige Rokuhira's son. That's my goat. True, man. Let me see. Samura's a deadbeat dad with cool anime powers, so if he loses, he'll just be a deadbeat dad, and he can't have that. I don't know, man. In anime, being a deadbeat dad, that's like aura. Jing.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, that's all I've got. If I lose all my aura, all I've got left is aura.
Yeah, all I've got left is more aura.
All I've got left is the smell of empty beer cans and an overdue copy of the Da Vinci Code.
Wait a minute, what the fuck? I'm using the bagging strategy. Oh.
The bagging. I'm using the bagging strategy in life.
Oh, shit. Oh,
when I pick up my welfare. Chat, this is the bagging strategy.
Oh,
I don't get a job so I can get better luck on my food stamps.
what the fuck? I'm using the bagging strategy. Shit. Damn. Let me see. Chihiro standing there like, try something. Yeah, that's my goat, bro. That's the goat. Chihiro is still running on fumes. Every time we get a Chihiro versus Samura close-up, we can see Chihiro sweating buckets and Samura is still calm. How about you calmly collect my foot out your ass, idiot? Yeah. You just got Kuroko.
I don't have any problem. Yeah, it makes sense that he's, it makes sense that Samura isn't sweating, all right? The fucking Suzaku merchant over here. The infinite healing sword. Yeah. No, I mean, it is noticeable that, like, because, Chihiro is not stronger than Samura. That is important to know. He needed the Masumi to interject.
As well as just, like, an intel advantage. Like, he was working off, like, multiple advantages.
Yeah. The reason why Chihiro wins in this instance isn't because he's stronger. It's because he's right.
Exactly. And that's what makes him stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's what makes him better.
Yeah, no. Like, his potential, he's gonna surpass Samura, definitely. Obviously not now, but yeah. It's because he's True. It's because he's like looked into himself and he's accepted so many different parts of himself and what he's doing, and he's looked at, just all of the things that are going on, and he's accepted it, and he's fighting to protect everybody and to protect his father's legacy, all that stuff, instead of Samura, who just runs from his problems all the time and then makes a convenient excuse of being like, no, this is actually like a good thing. No, bastard, come on, lock in with us, link and build. Damn, piss me off. Chihiro fighting on pure determination, my goat. True. Waiting for Chihiro to tell Samura not to put Iori in the same boat as him. Type shit. Nah, Sailor, if Iori stays with Samura, she'll boom herself. It's a canon event. Oh, shit. She's like, I can't.
Trust me, I imagined it really vividly. What?
Yeah, it came to me. Literally, it's the meme of just like
in a dream.
Source. It came to me in a dream.
It was revealed to me in a dream.
Look, Samura, when I get prophetic premonitions, they're always correct and super cool. When you get it, it's because you're paranoid and wrong.
And a bum.
So don't try. This is my area of expertise, okay? I make stuff up. I mean, I see stuff coming.
Only I can gaslight, not you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me see. Azumi versus Samurai Shaku will be the new Hikari versus Urume. Nah, man. That fight is actually going to be seen and it's going to be peak. Cut to it being off screen next chapter. Oh, shit.
Right, I was about to say, don't do that.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Shit. Can we get a tactical char inbound? Oh, we read that one already. Good. The handle of the katana is a steel core. Type shit.
Okay.
Let me see. God damn, I just lost it. The way this shit moves makes me lose track of comments so easily.
Right, it's so easy.
Let me see. Even if Chihiro doesn't break Tobimune, once a katana has a crack like that in it, it's basically useless. I would agree, but also Suzaku.
These are also the magic nuke swords, so like I'm not betting on it, but
Yeah, like if I didn't see Suzaku fucking Bob the Builder handy manny a building back together, I'd be like, yeah, you're right, that's true. But that shit got me a little nervous, gangy. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. The Masumi still being alive is a genuine feat considering the rest of the elite squads in the series. yeah, add that to their list of feats, man. The Masumi ain't no joke. That's some real shit. Yeah. Sumi is too bad for that to happen. That's also real. Rip Rip Samura, because that shit would be peak. True, man. True. Chihiro's about to heal Samura's eyes and force him to confront his fears and preserve Iori.
He just like Chihiro heals his eyes, he cuts them again. Chihiro heals, he cuts them again. It's like, God damn you.
Type shit. Or persevere Iori. Type shit. Or I think it meant perceive. Yeah, perceive Iori. Char is going to be the final boss. Real. Chihiro is gonna move mountains so that Iori doesn't have to lose her dad like he did. Real shit. The bagging strategy don't kill me. Need the Seitei War flashback? Hey man, it'll come through soon.
One day.
Let's talk about how the Masumi Hokazono drew their jutsu beautifully, and my short king Ro was putting belt to ass. I wouldn't describe it as belt to ass, but the jutsu was
maybe
beautiful.
Verbally.
Yeah, it was a verbal belt to ass. It was verbal belt. But like they teleported in and he said, "Cool. Solar flare." Got them all up out of there. So, it was, shout out to the short king. But yeah, he got him the fuck up out of there. Samura wants to die. He thinks his existence is bad for Iori's life, which is understandable. It doesn't help that she had a better life away from him. He needs to believe that he can keep her happy. Real shit, man. God,
Real shit.
come on. Samura might pull a Takamura and sharpen his sword.
That was sick. Like, I mean,
That was pretty
incredible.
cool. that was pretty
Really cool.
cool. Takamura, like, wait a minute. I'm using the bagging strategy. Hold on. Let me sharpen my sword here. Hold on. Wait a minute.
God damn.
This build kind of compy, gangy. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Shut up.
Shit. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Samura needs therapy. He has too much PTSD. I can't call him a bum in good faith. He deserves sympathy since his paranoia is ingrained into him. Now listen, I hear what you just said.
I got this one.
Okay.
You seem like a very sincere person.
Mm.
This is about agenda.
There's no place for sympathy here.
Yes, sir. That's that real shit right there. That's that real shit. Look at you. Grasping on to characters and motivation. Cringe. Lame. Me? I'm tight as fuck. But no. I do think it is, like, yeah. I think it is. Samura does need help, but also he's just a fucking loser.
He needs
in
help
many ways.
because he's a loser.
Yeah,
You know,
this
but
is
he's
in
a
many
loser.
ways. How we express love, you know?
Yeah. He said, "Oh, agenda? Hell yeah, cook that bum." Ari understands. Type shit.
All right.
Yeah, exactly, Motto. We call Samura a loser lovingly.
Yeah. Loser in parentheses affectionately. Yeah. Verbally, I meant verbally. True. Did you guys read the new story in Jump? I have not just yet. I will read it after the pod. I know you loved this week's Dandadan. I mean, hey, we'll get to it.
I
I am
things
certainly
to say.
happy about it.
I got things to say.
The Samura bum agenda must be upheld. Real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gotta understand that we call Samura a loser lovingly. We all would love if he lived until the end of the series. He won't survive this arc. His ass is not seeing the pearly gates, bro. You're done. In a loser off, who do you got, Samura or Asa? This is a good question.
Asa's a girl fail. That's like a specialty. That is true. That's a more.
They're both competing in like different weight classes, you know, like
Yeah. The divorced dad and girl fail. Yeah, that's like that's a fucking cruiserweight versus featherweight. That's not fair. One of them doesn't fucking like clean her room, and has a fuck ass haircut. The other one is.
Not too much of
the other one, like,
goddamn.
drives drunk. Asa doesn't have a fuck ass haircut, but that's like a girl fail type thing.
Okay.
That's that cuts your bangs yourself.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
It's definitely different. Growing out of being a girl fail is an accomplishment, but it's a thing that generally, like most people do. Growing out of being a divorced dad is a feat. Hitherto unheard of.
fair.
Understandable. Real shit.
It sounds tough.
We'll go with Samura and the loser off. Samura getting his help from the goat Chihiro. Real shit. Kaidegami, new shonen manga, has been great so far. You guys have to check it out. I am going to read it after the pod. I did want to read it. Yeah, I did want to read it. I think the art looks great. I thought you were just going to say, well, Asa is a girl. True. She wins the loser off because she's a female. Stinky females, cooties, ew, disgusting. Keep them away from us. The actual reason to downplaying Chihiro, you use fraction of my power to be able to scratch my blade. Type shit. Imagine Sword Saint escapes. Imagine the next arc is for Chihiro and Samura to guard him since they need to destroy Shinichi without him dying. Imagine the type of conversations we'll get. I know divorced dads IRL that got back with their family and they still didn't lose the divorced dad aura. Shit.
It doesn't go away easily. It does not go away easily.
God damn, that shit is a curse.
Believe me, I've known some.
That shit is a real curse, man. God damn.
Yeah, that's that shit that gets you into cryptocurrency.
Oh shit, just at the bottom, man. Oh my god. But I have expanded on my dialogue for this Kagurabachi chapter. Do you guys have anything else to say? Amazing chapter. Amazing chapter.
This is what happens when the planets are in alignment.
Type shit.
They must be aligned every Sunday then.
Yeah, man. That's not real shit.
It's almost it's less of a miracle, more just an occurrence at this point.
Yeah, man. Okay, so with that all being said, we'll move on to our Dandadan section. Now, before we get to Sky and his feelings on this chapter, I wanted to make a little announcement, okay? A little announcement. So last week or at last pod, I don't remember. But, we talked about Dandadan. We were like, we didn't really have much to say. So we started talking about other series we've been reading. I think that was pretty good. I think that was pretty good. So,
that's fun.
Yeah, after Dandadan, we won't do as in-depth of a talk on all of the other series that we're reading. Obviously, it could be like a general little wrap-up here on the stuff we're reading. But I do think that would make for the podcast to be a much more enjoyable experience. People have been asking us to talk about more things in general on the pod when it comes to Shonen Jump. So hopefully that satiates your appetite. So just, think of this as, I guess, a little test run. We'll see how this goes. And then, hopefully you enjoy it and we keep on doing this because I had a lot of fun with that. But with all that being said, Sky, it's your time, brother. How you feel about this chapter?
I honestly, my problem with this chapter is that my legs are kind of sore from how long I was dancing on these stupid ass, fuck ass, dirty ass, subhuman mole people's grave. It's my dirt got under my fingernails while I was breakdancing, and the fucking I got a sunburn because I was out there from dawn to dusk.
Oh my god.
Just fucking doing the worm while the worms were eating them. Then you must be comfortable back down in the dirt where you belong.
Finally send him back home. Hell.
Stupid ass. Fuck ass. Dog ass. Worm. Food ass.
Oh my god, man. Yeah. That's
I've always had an emotional connection with sharks. I was,
it was rewarded this day.
Just keep swimming. I believed that if you just keep swimming, if you keep moving, no matter how painful it is in the moment, you will be able to arrive at a better place. And that better place might be a place where these filthy people are dead and buried.
Die.
Now, I will say, knowing this series, I can't. Here's the thing: they got eaten by a shark, and then beat the shit out of while they were inside of the shark by the evil eye. I think that it's still possible that they'll survive.
Yeah,
they might still come back and it'll be like, yep, we had to use our something in order to escape the belly of that shark. And if that happens, you will see a grown man cry.
Oh, yeah.
You guys don't want to see a grown man cry,
Yeah, so if you all can send your energy, if you all can, that meme where it's guys, stop sending my grandfather your thoughts and prayers, he's becoming too strong. The hospital staff can't restrain him. It's the exact opposite. Keep them to yourself. Don't even think about them. The more you think about them, the more power they have. We need to fucking do everything in our power to convince Tatsuo Yukinobu that no one cares.
Don't care. Still don't care. Don't care.
Entirely neutral. I want every volume that these people show up in to be the first volume to sell 0 copies.
Damn.
I want the end result needs to be just like our group randomly being like, whatever happened to the Mitos? And they're just like, oh, they died. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the corpse of a shark was washed along the shore with 4 or 5 stupid ass fucking thick browed Neanderthal Cro-Magnon fucking nails for digging through soil ass skeletons inside. Their their bone structure suggested that they were really annoying.
Real big mouths.
If you guys ever hated before, I hope y'all are learning that you were not doing it enough.
Yeah, it turns out they actually have a unique ligament in their ankles that is only found in landlords. So we can only hope that their deaths were painful and lonely.
God damn.
If not, we should bring them back just to do it ourselves.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, this fight sucked.
Bastards.
I like this
It
fight
wasn't
sucked.
great.
I'm so happy it's over.
I'm very happy it's done. Yeah. It wasn't that great.
God.
Is current Dandadan good? Someone asked, is current Dandadan good? I'm at chapter 130 because it's starting to get boring.
You asking at the wrong fucking time.
It's the wrong time, yeah. Because current
That's
Dandadan,
just-
not really,
'cause,
in
like-
my opinion.
It's like overall, I am interested in what's going on. It's just the section we were just at slowed fucking everything down.
Yeah.
For really
Yeah.
seemingly no reason, honestly.
130 is around. It's basically the setup for the fairy tale box stuff. It will pick up for you soon.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it'll
say,
pick
you'll
up.
read some good
And that
stuff.
arc is good.
You'll read
Yeah.
the cool stuff.
It comes and goes. It is peaks and valleys. The valleys aren't that bad. Like this fight wasn't great. And the reason why I have such strong negative feelings should be painfully obvious. But ultimately not that bad. This was like what, a month's worth of chapters, a little more. And it'll probably pick up again. So I still recommend catching up with it and whatnot. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
downward
Just
slump, but
being
it'll pick
aware.
back up. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yo, Sailor.
I would have
Infectious
been
popping- oh, go ahead.
emotionally completely fine. Sorry, I would have been emotionally completely fine if they got on the plane and they got to where they're going. I would have been like, oh well, that's boring. They're just going a place. It's like good.
Good.
Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Perfect.
Did Infectious popping back in out of nowhere and winning EU World Warrior with Modern Marissa mean anything to you, or are you out of that scene? I did not see that. I only just recently started getting really into FGC stuff, so I wasn't around when Infectious was going crazy. I think Broski made a video on I meant to watch it. I think Broski made a video on him. So I'll check that out. But I think that is pretty fucking sick. I think that's really, especially with Modern Marissa, man. Modern Marissa getting some love again, which is good. She got some good buffs in the recent patch. She's actually viable again. She's not bottom 1 character anymore. So yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I do not know Ball, but I soon will.
As the world's biggest Marissa fan, I'm happy for that.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, man. Let me see. Evil Eye suddenly jumps to Sky's top 1. Is he your top 1 now, Sky?
Yeah.
Had to
Yeah,
ponder.
you know what? Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Shouts out.
I think Evil Eye's pretty up there, you know. Hey, Gigi, I love you, little buddy. You gotta stand up for yourself, all right? You can learn a lot from a hater like Evil Eye.
Sometimes evil enough, Gigi. You gotta get it. You gotta get it going.
There are people who say that hatred is like a poison that runs through your vein that hurts both you and the people you hold it against, and that it's better to just let it go. But if you get all that poison out,
yeah, you know,
then there's no problem.
Sometimes it pays off not being the bigger person. You know, like it's cool. It makes sense.
This is vengeance is a fool's game, but this isn't vengeance. This is pest control.
We're doing what needs to be done.
That's a necessary service.
Yeah, we're doing what needs to be done out here. Did Count Saint Germain hire a typhoon human, or does this entire fight just exist to slow us down? It's probably just exists to slow us down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the fucking typhoon human didn't have a sad backstory.
I was a small nigga. Then
he was just a little baby squall. Then got bullied by the other storms, and then Saint Germain approached him and said, "Don't you want to take revenge?" And he gave him the little stick, that I don't know, whatever, and then yeah, big. And then he got Kamehameha in the eye.
Yeah, he got fucked up epic style, crazy style, awesome style. Yeah, Broski posted a video on his run through World Warrior. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll watch that. Not gonna lie, reading Dandadan week to week kind of mid, but a full series being is kind of peak. True.
I really like Mono's. Y'all giving them too much. A good Poochie died on his way back home would do them fine. I agree. Hey man, I'll take anything I can get. I would love confirmation of the painful, lonely death, but I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, as long as they're in the grave, it don't matter how we get it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of people who are imminently dying, Daiki. He had a little thing in this chapter. The old guy, he knows how to fly a plane. We saw a little bit of his backstory. He was a real dickhead. He was like, I learned from the mole people. And then everyone was like, oh, no, he sucks. So then, you know, he's like, I shouldn't be a bad person anymore. I'm going to be a good guy. That was cool. That was a neat little part of the chapter. That's really all I got to say about it. It was a neat little part of the chapter. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to say on this Dandadan chapter before we, I guess, rapid fire through some stuff?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Okay. All right. So, is there any chapter you guys want to like bring up first? I mean, I caught up on some manga. I'm down to bring up stuff.
So I've been reading Kuroko no Basket recently.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's very funny because I'm a Haikyuu fan. I'm a Haikyuu guy. Best series ever.
Type shit.
And like
I'm not gonna
Oikawa
lie, gang.
and that.
You're gonna have to restart that whole thing. The stream lags.
God. I think it's
apologize.
funny how with sports series you have the series where it's like Haikyuu, where like, oh, Oikawa and its monster serve, or like the freak quick, where there's stuff that's really cool, and even though it's not fucking supernova planet destroying, once you are in the groove of the series, you understand like, oh wow, that serve was crazy, or like that dig was awesome. And then you have sports series like Kuroko no Basket, where Kuroko will be like in the 1v1 with some dude in the paint, and then he'll be the guy's like, haha, you don't stand a chance against me, I'm the Iron Wall, you'll never be able to Sonny. And Kuroko just fucking teleports behind him. And then some fucking dude in the stands will be like, I see, he used the brief moment where he was like looking away in order to like apply misdirection in order to sneak past them, and it's like, no, he didn't. That's not what happened. He went That's what he did. He teleported.
That's what he did. Yeah, don't you fucking lie to me.
Where Kuroko he goes for the phantom shot, which is a shot that goes through people. Like,
bro, you don't got that? You don't got that?
Oh, you didn't do that? Hey, I remember Curry pulling this move.
Yeah, I remember that. That's that Steve Nash.
It just goes through his hands. Or when I can't pronounce the dude's name, but he goes for a slam dunk and literally tears the fucking doesn't tear the hoop off. He tears the whole post down, like rips it in half.
Oh shit! He's on his Shaq timing.
Mm-hmm. Got that the meteor jam. It's hilarious. It's really, really very funny.
Shouts out, man. I haven't seen Kuroko no Basket forever, man.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. Shouts out.
Well, yeah, it's funny because I caught up with Akane Banashi because after catching up with that, I thought, oh, I guess it was that was basically like in essence, that was a sports manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll read another sports manga, Kuroko no Basket. And then, I knew that it was going to happen, but it's still, I was surprised the first time.
I mean, like, speaking of Akane Banashi, though, this week's chapter is pretty good. This week's chapter
speaking of Akane Banashi, I'm miserable. I had no idea how it sucked this much to be caught up with this series.
Yeah, it's tough.
This is all those chapters where I was like, oh, that was like a fun little thing that happened. Now, enraged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because this chapter's like this. Yeah, because where like you're reading it and you have the guy give his performance. I forgot his name already, but
yeah, you don't have to remember.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I have the chapter. Who is it? Zenmai. Yeah, Zenmai Arakawa. He gives his performance. He's the wild dog. He got that dog in him. Going crazy. Stuff like that. It's like, oh man, like when I'm so used to binging Akane that I'm like, oh, okay, good chapter, and I scroll to the next one and I keep reading, especially because Hikaru is up next. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm locked, I'm ready. And then it's like, oh shit, we gotta wait. Damn, forgot all about that. All right, but yeah, this is a good chapter all the same. What's his name? Shomei. He's already living up to my expectations, man. He's already super entertaining. I'm so looking forward to seeing whatever Akane has planned. But hey, man, same deal, same time. Hikaru, she finna cook. I'm excited for that. It's gonna be like a couple chapters of her just going crazy. It's gonna be awesome. Mm-hmm. Do we wanna briefly touch on Saka Days, because we touched on it a bit at the start of the podcast. How are you guys feeling? Okay, all right, so it doesn't have to be like about the chapter today.
No, give me like 5 seconds.
Oh no, it's fine. Well, here I'll throw this question up in the air while you're reading it. I love Chihiro x Akane. It's so funny. I just learned about
Genuinely, all those edits are so fun. I love
it. What the fuck?
I didn't.
Haven't seen those?
I didn't know it was a thing until recently either. Yeah.
It's been a thing for a while now.
Oh, that's cool. I just learned it because somebody.
I remember now. It's been a thing since the first fight between Chihiro and Hirohiko, because like he shows up on a stage, so like people were
that's fucking hilarious.
That's perfect. Yeah, because someone made a post last week. And they were just like, now what if I told you that Kagurabachi is the best thing that came out of Shonen Jump in the past 10 years? And like the top comment was, you're sleeping on his girlfriend too much, Akane Banashi. I was like, what? Like, I was so lost. I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Yeah. So that was how I got introduced to it. But like for Sakamoto Days, right? General question while Sky is reading the chapter. How are you guys feeling about Sakamoto Days currently? Because a lot of discourse has been going on about how bad things have been, for a lack of better terms here. How are you guys feeling about it?
Personally, I think a lot of people's, and maybe I'm just misreading the room. People can hear me out and then feel free to disagree with me. But I feel like a lot of people are misplacing their frustrations. Because, like, a lot of the stuff that I've seen people complain about seem kind of superficial compared to the bigger picture. Like, a big thing that people have been complaining about, for example, is Shin's fight. And I can understand feeling like, oh, he gets saved too much. Which, fair enough. But also, a lot of the stuff that happens to him is, like, totally legit and just an extension of his powers and his creativity. For every time that he gets his ass saved, there's, like, twice as many times where he just actually creatively gets himself out of a situation. And I do think that's a little misplaced. And I think a big thing with what we're seeing with this arc is it just feels like there's kind of a lack of structure with this arc that I think is producing other frustrations. Because the way this arc starts is really good.
Oh, yeah.
Just
it's phenomenal.
The reveal of, the reveal of the master plan that's been going on this whole time. And how that's, how that's affecting these characters. But since then, since we've had that, I can't help but feel that this arc we're on is a little bit aimless.
Everything got resolved very quickly.
Everything's getting resolved very quickly. So I don't know what, like, where the tension is coming from, aside from, like, the immediate threat of the characters dying. And I think every complaint I've seen is more a result of that bigger picture issue.
Yeah, it's difficult for me because I do definitely think that Sakamoto Days has taken a step back in terms of quality. And maybe that's just because I binged through, like, all of it, and then it got capped off with the start of this arc where it's like the new JAA and, like, here's what we're doing with all of the guns.
And it's such a good start to this
genuinely
arc, right?
Phenomenal, dude. Oh my god, it was so good. But even now, like, okay, we had the issue with the guns that got wrapped up already. We had like, oh my god, what's going on with, like, Sakamoto's? Oh, that's fine. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. Shin is now facing off against, like, the main bad guy, and then there's the tunnel, the tunnel effect, which was, like, the most. I think, Sakamoto Days definitely has plot armor. Which series doesn't, realistically? But that was the most egregious use of it, where it's like, even with the girl's power being luck, it's like, dog, holy
I
shit.
Think I don't mind that one too much, just because there is a part during the earlier fight when, I forget the bow guy's name, but he's asking her to, like, use her luck. And she's like, no, I've got, like, one more use, and I know what I'm using it for. So it does have some shadowing.
It is a deceptive bit of presentation.
Yeah.
Because, just the way that chapter ends with, like, it's, you as the reader will probably know, like, well, Shin's not gonna, like, die.
He's not gonna die,
like,
yeah.
But there's also...
It's like, how does he get out of it? Personally, I just think the luck powers are cool. I like it. I think that shit is... I mean, it's Sakamoto Days. It is, like, so over the top, because any other series, it's like, oh, well, this is a sure death, but he has to, like, avoid it. It'd just be something like, oh, fucking, why can I not fucking remember the main villain's name right now?
Slur.
Yeah.
Uzuki?
Yeah.
Uzuki, thank you. Okay, it is Uzuki. I did remember that, but I'm like, no, that can't be his name. Uzuki. It'd be like, oh, Uzuki slips on something, or, like, or, like, oh, somebody, like, shows up to stop it. But that like, something so specific and unknown. Hey man, I learned something from Sakamoto Days. from that. That shit's educational.
Yeah.
It is like it was always going to be some bit of like luck or plot armor or ass pull or Deus Ex Machina that got Shin out of this situation. And I much prefer that it's something really like unique and interesting, like not interesting but like fun, like the tunnel effect, than the way that any other series would do it. Because it could have just cut straight ahead to like, Sakamoto showing up. It's like that, would have been a fine moment and everything, but that's pretty typical. And Sakamoto Days is not a very typical series. It does not do things the way that a series usually does things.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, I do think, even with like the foreshadowing of the tunnel effect, I was like, wow, this is dumb.
I
Go ahead.
Fair enough, go on. Well, I personally think like the tunnel effect is so no one else would use a luck power like that to such genuine absurd lengths. So I just fuck with it personally. Like,
Yeah, that's fine.
the pulling the gun out of a bag of scraps is just fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's less luck. It's bullshit.
It is. Yeah. It isn't even a luck power. It is, man, it'd be really lucky if this happened, and then you just fucking make it happen.
Yeah, for sure. It is like, it's the absurdity of it. It really depends on like your, I guess, tolerance for it, or like how much you care for that sort of thing. I'm not gonna say like I don't hate it as much as other people do, but I was just like, oh man, this is getting really egregious. So I do have some complaints about Sakamoto Days. I do think that it feels aimless. It does feel like the story is kind of going nowhere. I've seen people talk about the villains. I'm kind of mixed on them, honestly. I think the villains are like fine. I mean, like, I don't care about them that much, and maybe I guess that's the problem that a lot of people have with them. But I'm more so just interested, especially with this current chapter, about Uzuki and what the whole deal is with him. I can understand people being more interested in the side characters as well. But yeah, I'm really just like, I want to see what is going on with Uzuki, because that has so many different ties to like Akira, obviously Sakamoto, Shin, just like so many different characters. So I'm really interested to see what the deal is with him, that I kind of don't care about the other side characters as much. Like, I think Magnet Girl is cool. Aside from that, like, she's the only real... Yeah, like she got
she let him fucking use her glove. What the fuck are you doing, girl? Punch him. Fight back, bitch. You got another hand, don't you?
Your bro in universe was just like, you are a fraud, dog. Are you serious? Like, it's like, you let him use your own weapon.
I read the chapter. I love the way this one ends. Like that,
right?
Yes, that's cool.
That shit's super good. My issue with the series where it is now, is, I think this is kind of pretty similar to like the aimless, complaint. It's that where it is right now, we have established like the final villains. Uzuki and everybody else in the new order is the bad guys. And we have our good guys. And we have, like, the obviously vast chasm of power between the two. And it's just, like, doesn't feel like the story... For a long time, I've thought that, like, the story doesn't feel like it's in a place for that to be amended. Like, like, this is the climax. How are they going to get stronger to beat them? Because shit's just happening right now. Like, Shin and the others are on their way, like, to this fight right now. When none of them are strong enough. They're all going to lose if, like, they actually do fight. So, what happens?
Yeah, they're just gonna have to train.
And it's like,
they're gonna have to do something,
it's that
bro.
feeling of like, I'm sure, like, obviously Sakamoto not dead. So my best guess is, they're going to basically pick up Sakamoto, run away, start training again, which, like, I don't know. Once again, aimless. Sakamoto's been training to get stronger, and he just hasn't.
Yeah.
Like, he just
hasn't. Yeah.
It's Torres, right? Is the older dude with the sandblaster?
Oh, I think I don't remember names like that.
I want to see. Sandman. Like, he had the whole thing with him, and it's like, well, he just didn't get anything from it. Not yet, at least. I'd like to believe that it's going somewhere. I'd like to think that it's going somewhere. Yeah, it feels like it's So my best guess for what's going to happen is, they grab him, they leave, they go somewhere to train while the New Order basically, like, just tries to do the gun plan again. Like, they just have to get more guns.
Yeah, that's just an unsatisfying end to that whole thing, because it's like, it's such a good plan, and it plays so well into just Uzuki's ideology, but it doesn't, because of how the plan is so quickly solved, there's no actual analysis of Uzuki's beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, well, shit, he's seeming kind of right at the moment. Let's shut this down real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure would be embarrassing for human will.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
I think it is just overall my biggest issue is that Sakamoto Days is kind of aimless currently. I've seen other people bring up other complaints. I understand them. I guess I just don't feel them as much because I'm not as invested in Sakamoto. I mean, I love the story, but, like, the stuff that people are bringing up, like, I'm not as invested in this as I would be, like, a JJK to, like, dissect it. But yeah, that's mainly my biggest issue right now with Sakamoto Days. I just want this written in stone. If it turns out to be Nagumo, it actually suck.
Oh my fucking god, I completely forgot he existed.
That would actually make a lot
Oh my god, damn it, dude. Fuck.
Not too much on my goat. Hold on, what the fuck?
Well, it's just the, like, okay, that would be the one where I'm like, oh, you fucking would pull some horse piss like this.
I could see that being Nagumo.
Oh, I completely forgot he hasn't been anywhere. I will have my revenge.
Hey man, lock in to next Sunday when it happens. Soccer Days was in my top 5 at one point. Now I don't even care about it anymore. Damn. Sorry to hear that. Shit. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Soccer Days.
I will say, I don't think that the fights have gotten worse. I think that it is.
Oh no, the fights are awesome.
Yeah, the fights are always.
I love when Sakamoto jumps into the car to avoid the lightning, and then he just fucking he punches into the fucking tank to hotwire it and run that dude over, and he just does.
Fuck you.
I will say he's fighting like Sakamoto in this chapter, so like that might just be him.
Yeah. Yeah, Nagumo don't do that shit. Nagumo, he does.
That's like Nagumo's a troll though. So like
the what's it called? That Looney Tunes ass fight. That one arc. Where the dude opens the glass door and he is his reflection on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, smug little asshole. Yeah. That's the goat right there, man. That's the goat.
Yeah.
But Sakamoto Days kind of in a position right now, but it's
having final arc syndrome.
Yeah,
it is definitely it's having that. I think it could turn around. The good thing is that what's the problem is that a series like Sakamoto Days is like it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
very.
It always has been.
Yeah, the biggest wrinkle that's been introduced is in Uzuki's plan. And that's the part that thus far is the most unsatisfying. Is that, like, it introduces this actual philosophical question, and the protagonist's answer was to sidestep it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, I could very easily just see that the series ends without really answering that. And I think that would be the worst ending. But even then, that would be fine. Because the series has never really been like that.
It's been about sick-ass fights and wholesome family moments.
Yeah. It's like, it would be disappointing. Because it wasn't able to kind of, go a level up and actually have something to say beyond, isn't it cool that he's, running on the wing of a plane?
Yeah.
It'd be disappointing, but I don't think it would be, like, super egregious.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed by it because I think it is like a really interesting question to set up, especially because I think Sakamoto Days does a very good job at setting up this question throughout the entire story. Especially like the way it starts out and it's just cool niggas doing cool shit. And then it starts to ask more questions. You start to learn like more and more about the world. And then it crescendos into this moment where it's like, oh shit, like this is what Sakamoto Days was like building up to this whole time. And for that to, for right now, obviously, seemingly be solved immediately, it's like, oh, okay, like we're back to cool dudes doing cool stuff again. All right, but damn, like I'd be disappointed by that.
Yeah.
I will say, I think it may be the difference between reading it from the start and binging it. I've never gotten that impression that it was building up to it. I don't disagree. I'm sure you are right, but I didn't have that expectation.
I mean, I didn't either, but like looking.
Yeah, so I think it's I think that just like explains the difference in I would be bummed, but like not that bummed. But that's because I've been reading this for 4 years.
I mean, I've been reading it literally since it came out. Chapter.
Yeah, hold on. How many chapters does this series have?
200 something now.
218. Yeah, no, that's over 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Time is an enigma.
Actually, I understand it very well. It sucks.
True.
There's nothing enigmatic about this.
True.
I don't like it.
I thought the point of this arc was going to be Sakamoto expanding his store into a chain and then using it to reform assassins, thus answering Uzuki's twisted and frail conviction. But like, do you guys even remember that was Sakamoto's ambition? It's just been irrelevant. I remember it just because I've been binging it. So like, it's fresh in my mind. I don't know if I'm the
I was going to say, you made that up.
Genuinely,
you made that up.
The way this is looking, that's probably going to be like a thing after the final battle.
Epilogue.
And time skip to an epilogue where they are a chain.
Zam. Yeah, I could see it happening either way.
The 7-Eleven of Hitmen.
The 7-Eleven of assassination, aka just 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's it. Finally, the sequel to Assassination Classroom, Assassination Gas Station.
Yeah, baby, let's go. We can call it Ass Gas. That's that real peak.
Ass Gas. That's good.
That's that real peak, baby. But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about Sakamoto Days. Is there anything else you guys wanted to say on Saga Days?
No.
True. Very true. Okay, another quick one for me then. I read Otr the Flame. I'm enjoying that one. I'm enjoying it. It's very weird to talk about. Me and Zenith were kind of getting into it a little bit. Where I saw what you guys were like meant, where it's like, oh yeah, we have a problem and we resolved it immediately. But it didn't really feel like, it didn't feel bad. Like, I'm still enjoying it. I still think it's a pretty fun story. But it is weird. It's definitely strange.
yeah, it's something about it.
Yeah, there's something about it where it's like, oh, okay, we're like doing this already. Okay, cool. You know,
Mhm.
which I can't be too mad at because some stories are just like, all right, fucking, oh god, you know. So I can respect the story just being like, nope, this is what we're doing. We're doing X, Y, Z. Let's go do it. It's like, oh, sweet,
It
awesome.
is an old school, by which I mean 10, 15 years ago, is an old school start to a story. Because this is classic, like in an action series, you have main character, first chapter ends with them getting the super special power. Then it goes on for a bit where they're super special strong. They meet the organization of super special strong people. They do like a few odd jobs. The main villains are introduced, and then it like falls into what we understand as the normal, like this is the uh 6 bad guy arc where they're fighting the 6 bad guys. This is and then after that, then the 7 super bad guys are introduced, etc., etc. We're very early on in that phase for Otr of the Flame. We're still in the super special part. He's still meeting the super special people. Like the super special organization. We haven't met the main villains or even gotten a hint of them. It's
We've gotten a
a
little hint of them.
very little hints of them, but it's like we haven't gotten the this is the double page spread of all their silhouettes, and if you can see a few of them, like
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're early on in that, but it's interesting because we also leapfrogged to like the training arc. Like, yeah, he trained and he's done now.
Yeah.
It's interesting that because usually what would happen is he would use the super special power for a while, win fights, but only barely, and then he'd meet the teacher character that's like, huh, you're using your super special power all wrong, buddy. You could be super duper special if you wanted to be. And then you have the training arc, and they end that training arc by beating somebody in a single attack. Blah 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 blah. I think that it is the structure of it as it is now, where basically, like Zena said, things happen and they happen immediately. Like problem resolution in 1, maybe 2 chapters. It is following that kind of old style structure, but like we had said before, it is with the pressure that this author has of, well, I can't take too long. Because that structure, it is an example of that structure, but Red Hood was, to an extent, still in that structure, where they, like, the arc where it ended, it was essentially the Hunter license exam. Their equivalents of it, where he was meeting other characters and, getting them established for them to be the side cast moving forward, blah, blah, blah. And the problem was that it was just taking too fucking long.
And it was kind of boring.
It wasn't presented super well.
I think
Damn.
a big thing with shonen nowadays, because it's like, it isn't the author's fault that you just can't do the Hunter exams anymore. Like, you can't, the Hunter would be canceled nowadays.
Mhm.
Early on. I truly believe that. But that doesn't mean that, he was right in the Hunter exams. The Hunter exams are still good. I think the only way you can truly approach this sort of thing nowadays, and this isn't to say you can't have training arcs, because there is still a place for it. Many big shonen still have, like, of the very previous generation, still had training arcs, MHA, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, even Jujutsu Kaisen has like little short bursts of training arcs. They still exist, but genuinely the most effective way to have a character grow in a battle shonen is trial by fire. You got to have them like in it and learning as they go. Because otherwise you do kind of risk that, like, that short attention span, the boredom, the getting canceled. And it's also just entertaining. I mean, that's what Kagurabachi did.
Yeah.
Ito hasn't had a fucking moment of peace.
Yeah, I think another really good example that is an example, because Kagurabachi is special. We all know that. 84 chapters, nothing about it. Black Clover as well. Where, like, Asta is getting stronger and learning new techniques for, like, the first 100 chapters. He's never stopped. Like, him learning how to use ki is not a training arc. That's in the middle of a fight against what we thought at the time was the big bad.
Yeah. That's
like,
true.
That's crazy. But it's super high energy, super engaging. Exactly. That, I binge read Black Clover when it was, like chapter 120. So I was, reading all of that in one sitting, and I was on the edge of my fucking seat. I can't imagine that shit weekly. Like,
it was pretty fucking peak.
it would be like if Goku was learning Kaioken while fighting Nappa. Like, which is crazy. Like, that's, you can't even imagine that. And so it doesn't fit into what I would say is like a really solid story structure. Because ideally, a really good story that's made to, last for a long time would be able to take its time and establish characters that are going to be important in the long run. It's going to establish, like, principles and the techniques that they fight with and the ideas that they have. But you can't afford to do that in the modern landscape because it's not fair. And given that, he's got to learn Kaioken while fighting Nappa.
Yeah. Well, I think that's gonna be like what it is now, because now he just has a foundation currently. I think it is gonna be just like him. It is gonna be trial by fire now, because I brought it up before. I was like, I can understand why like he did that, because it leads to more flame spreads, and the art in this manga is fucking crazy. So, like, I can understand him being like, all right, I am taking advantage of this immediately, and I'm, like, going to try to weave that into the story. I think it is now he has a baseline. Now it's just, like, he's going to improve. And he is going to grow trial by fire. He just knows what he's doing in order to, like, get there now.
Yeah. No, I do have faith. I choose to believe because, once again, like, Red Hood demonstrated that, like, especially the ending demonstrated that this guy has some really, really good ideas. Like, I believe that, like, at this moment, he is doing whatever he can to make sure that this first volume sells.
I hope it does do well, man. I'm liking this one.
Yeah, I really hope so, yeah. And if from there, he can, establish that foundation, that solid footing, much like Otr.
Shit.
In order to, like, expand out, make it more unique, more his own, really. That would be great. That's what I am hoping happens.
If it sells poorly, Shonen Jump is going to come up to him. They're going to be like, what are you doing? He's going to be like, guys, I'm using the bagging strategy. Hold on. They're like, oh, word? You like that? And he's like, yeah, man. And then the next one is going to sell an ortillion billion dollars. And it's going to be like...
One flame million.
Yeah, $1 flame billion. You're like, awesome. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I think Otr is pretty good. I'm really liking it. I mean, we may as well talk about it because people have been asking for a while.
Oh, there it is again.
Yeah, there it is again. Ichi the Witch. How are you guys feeling about that one? Because I just caught up to it.
The Witch, baby.
Fuck, dude. That shit, so beautiful. Oh my god. I caught up this morning and with fucking tears in my eyes, dude. Oh my god. That page from last week's chapter, finally you can cry again. Oh my god, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. That shit is so powerful. Such a powerful scene, dude. Holy fuck. I'm really hoping that Gokuzaku, that is his full name, right? I've only known him as Goku.
Gokuraku.
Gokuraku, okay. Gokuraku comes with. I understand why he wouldn't, but man, him and Ichi is just so much fun. When they're fighting
I need my
each other,
boys
and they're
together.
yeah, they're just like laughing, like, oh man, that's so cool.
I remember like last week I was talking like, yeah, I want him to join the crew, but I know he's gonna be a character that just shows up in like a final battle or something. Literally what happens in this chapter. It's like, yeah, I'll show up if you need me though.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, hey,
I firmly believe he's joining the crew. I think that his sister's gonna be there and be like, "You've spent all these years fighting for this country. Like, I'll stand on my own 2 feet now. You should go do what you want to do. What is it you want to do, Gokuraku?" And he's like, "I want to go with my boyfriend."
Please let me go with it, please. And then they go off.
I think it's great because in this series, Ichi is a little freak.
Just a little bit.
He's a little freaky little guy, and Discaris is the one who's like playing the straight man to him. That's like, why are you fucking like this? But she's a freak too. Like
just in a different way, yeah.
Yeah, in a different way, but she's like she's a total narcissist.
Yeah, she's a functional creep.
Yeah, exactly. And Gokuraku is obviously also a freak. And I'm gambling. In fact, I'm just manifesting. When he joins,
shit.
I think that makes for like a really fun growing dynamic where essentially Ichi's group is just this growing collection of weirdos. All in like different ways, and they have the one bookkeeping girl that I don't remember, but like she's the only actually normal one. And I can already see the moments that come from that, where it's like, oh, this magic it's the